What is going on, you guys? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make just an automated way to print off a bunch of phone numbers. And this is useful if you're like a phone administrator and you just need a ton of phone numbers and separated by a comma. So the first thing we want to do is download Anaconda. It's pretty easy. You just go to the Anaconda website and select download and download the one that you need. And then you'll open up what's called the Navigator. Anaconda Navigator. It takes maybe a few minutes to open. Let's see, and I will show you guys that. Let's see, Navigator. I'm so bad at this, but I'm learning. Here it is. Okay, here is the Navigator, and yeah, you just go to your search bar, type in Navigator, and this should pop up, and then you'll launch the Jupyter Lab, and it should bring you to a window. That looks like this. So basically this is our finished product. And you're like, whoa, what is all this? Basically, I have a job where I have to put in 100 phone numbers into a database, and it doesn't care about, well, it cares about the format. So it's phone number, comma, phone number, and this is the exact format it takes. And I could enter, all 100 phone numbers at a time, but one at a time, but it'd take me forever. So I worked with someone to create this, and now I just, takes me 2 minutes to run this code, and I have 100 phone numbers ready to go. So I'm going to walk you through how to create this code today. So the first thing you want to do is set up your folders. So you'll navigate to where the folder is. So mine's saved to my desktop as Python project. And the first thing you want to do is import Pandas as PD, and to run your code in this environment you hit Shift Enter, and what this does is import a library called Pandas, and this is how you control Excel spreadsheets. Next we want to read our Excel file, but we're going to define it as a data frame. So we'll say data frame equals, and then we're going to say present directory. We want it to read the Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to name it, or you're going to call it by its name. So this portion is going to be tricky, and I had to figure this out through what's it called, Stack Overflow. So I'm just going to hit enter and tell you guys, for some people it might be whatever the file location is. So for some of you, it might just be this. for some people, for some other people, it might be what this guy said in Stack Overflow. So I'll just copy that and paste it in here. So I'm commenting this out for future reference if it doesn't work for somebody. But now we have our data frame, and I know that my location is here, so I'm going to just going to copy and paste that in there because I don't want to type all that out. So now it should be reading down to the file location. And then we're going to call it. So you want to don't leave any spaces right here, because that will include it in inside the, I don't know what it's called, but just bring it forward pretty much. And now it should call the data frame we just named, and boom, it's calling the entire Excel spreadsheet. So one thing I didn't teach you, and I'll teach you real quick, is how to set up the Excel spreadsheet real quick. So let me bring that up and transition this over. So in case you haven't set up your Excel spreadsheet, I'll show you a quick way on how to do that. So phone numbers, and we'll put a -0, or actually a -1. We'll say our first one is 1. And you know you need 10 lines, and then we're gonna go down 100. So we'll just take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's number 10. Yep. And then I'm just making up these phone numbers, so no one try to call these numbers. 2029100. And let's say we want 100 phone numbers, so now we would just bring, actually no, sorry, I missed something. So I'll just hit escape or Control Z to undo what I've just done. So another important thing, for some people, you can't see what I'm doing, but you want to format the cells. So you right click on the cell. Let's see if I can capture this for you guys. We'll call it format cells. And I'll try to bring that in. There we go. Alright. So I'll close it and bring it back. So I'll right click here, format cells, and then select special, and then make sure I put phone number. Boom. So now the phone number should keep this format, and then you just bring it down to 101. So from 9100 to, so you can see it goes in order, to 9199. So for our next column, we'll just say, we'll just keep that format, boom. And for this number, we'll just say it's 9200, and then we can do the same thing. Boom. Now, for some of you people, you're like, why are you doing this manually? It's because my Python coding experience is not that great. So, and you could probably automate this with Excel or Python, but I've got like 4,000 phone numbers to do, so this makes it easy for me to track. But yeah, back to our Python. Let's see. So now we're reading the Excel spreadsheet. So now what we want to do is we want to list, I guess, just one column, because I can only do 100 phone numbers at a time. So we're going to create a list, and for Python, instead of typing out, LIST, you can just say LST, and then we're going to define this list. So again, just hit enter, and then we want to tab it over, because we're going to create, actually no, sorry. We're going to define this list with the for loop. So and now within our for loop, we're going to specify what we want to do, or how we want this list printed. Oopsie. So now we're just calling the first column. So our first column is phone numbers. Or whatever you name your first column. And then backspace, backspace, backspace. And we want to make sure there's no space there. And if I type this out correctly, it will print all the phone numbers in our first column in a row. Alright, did something wrong. Boom, make sure that's good. So list equals for in df.index, and then we want to list.append. So we could just copy and paste that. I forgot boom. There's our issue. Look at that, troubleshooting in real time. So now it prints off the phone number. We see 2001, 2002, 2003. Now let's say you want the next column. So if we want this column, we would change this to a 1, phone number -1. So what you can do is just copy, Control C, Control V, enter. And now it's printing off the next line of phone numbers. 2100 all the way to 2200, maybe. 2199. All right. So now we want to get rid of all of this here, whatever this is, the brackets and that. So now we're going to print our string or str. I'm going to say for inside of X, we want this list. And now it should print these out, separated by a comma. Easy. And then you can just copy and paste into where you need all your phone numbers. And as long as you save, this opens right up every time. But there you have it. That's how you print out 100 phone numbers very easily. And you can only do 100 phone numbers at a time, and this is going to make it very easy. But I'd say the next task would be automating, I guess, printing off all 4,000 phone numbers, or how many ever phone numbers you have. But alright, I hope if you're doing the same thing as me, I hope this helps you out a little bit. Alright, have a good one.